All right. Welcome to another night of reading value stories. This is a series of books that tell stories about certain historical figures and values that they embodied in their lives. This is an older series of books that I read when I was a kid, and we're just kind of keeping them online now to document them so that we can have them for future generations. This book is a little challenging because this is actually a repeat. Actually, this is take 3 now for this book. Each of the last 2 times that we've tried this one, we've had issues, just coincidentally. Just had to restart this one a minute ago because of problems with bedtime. So these are all older books. This one tonight was written in 1977, so older than me. Certainly, there are other entities that are older than this book. If you were, born before 1977, for example, you're definitely older than this book. So, but these books, this one I say is challenging because this book has actually fallen apart. Some of these books have maintained their spines and everything, but this one is not so much. So this will be an interesting read. Again, this is The Value of Curiosity, the story of Christopher Columbus. We ready for the story, boys?
Yeah.
Thank you. Eyes closed?
Check.
Okay. Check. Chickadee check yourself before you wreck yourself. 90s. Okay. The Value of Curiosity, Christopher Columbus. This is falling apart a bit. Once upon a time, long ago, so long ago that most people still thought the world was flat. Oh, so long ago. There lived a little boy named Christopher Columbus. Little Christopher liked to stand at the window of his father's weaving shop and look out at the port city of Genoa, Italy. What do you suppose Christopher saw when he looked out? And what do you suppose he thought about? Again, it's falling apart a little bit. Why, he saw the ships in the harbor, and he thought about how they sailed off to faraway places. Of course, the ships didn't sail as far as they do now. In those days, the sailors did not like to lose sight of land. One day, Christopher and his little brothers went down to the wharf to get a closer look at the ships. You know, said one of the Christopher's brothers, if you sail too far from shore, you'll end up in the sea of darkness, where no stars ever shine, and monsters hide out there in the dark. Said the other little brother, there's an ocean of seaweed that catches ships and holds them so that they never get away. I wonder if all that's really true, said Christopher. Just then, 2 sailors came strolling along the dock. Excuse me, called Christopher to the men. Can you tell us if the stories about the Sea of Darkness are true? And is there really an ocean of seaweed that catches ships and holds them forever? Are there monsters out there? If ships sail too far out, can they fall off the edge of the world? One of the sailors chuckled. We can have some fun with these youngsters, he whispered to his friend. The sailor made a scary face. It's all true, he said. There are islands in the Sea of Darkness that appear and disappear like magic. You can hear bells ringing under the sea and see ghostly horses race over the waves. The terrible seaweed stretches for miles, waiting to snare unwary ships. It's frightening out there, little mates. Very frightening indeed. Christopher agreed this was frightening. Just the same, he decided that when he grew up, he'd go to sea and find out for himself what was true and what wasn't. I'll be a ship's captain, he said. And as soon as he was old enough, he went to sea as a cabin boy. That was the way a seafarer began in those days. He worked hard. He swept out the cabins and made the beds and brought the captain his meals. He was very happy to be on a ship going to sea. He was standing at the rail one day, looking out at the water, when a seagull swooped down and landed almost at his elbow. "Hi, Chris," said the bird. "My name's Seagull. I've been watching you, and you look as if you're thinking some very important thoughts. I'm curious, just what are you thinking about?" I have told you. Shut your blinds. We're done again. I'm done again. I'm not reading anymore. We're done.